Alright, I don't know if you guys see my last video, but I have a mech that I made out of steel and an old jazzy scooter. And I'm going to use the controller from this to wire up to the mech to get it to work by this controller instead. So this is how this toy works. Just one you buy off the store, fast lane store it and go around. What we're going to do is we're going to get it hooked up so instead of driving the wheels, it's going to drive the mech feet. 2 on this side and then 2 on the other side on the mech. We're going to hook it in. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to use electronics from here and we're going to wire them into these relays. Then I have extra part relays, 6-volt relays, and then these relays are going to work the mech solenoids. But first we have to open this thing up and get to the circuit board and wire those into it. And I'll open it up and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, I got the body off of it. Got the main receiver unit here, and the wires are just 2 motors, 1 for each side on this, and the gearbox, and your on and off switch. I unbolted the gearbox already. I just want to take it out. So right now I'm just going to snip the wires so I can get it out over that. The motor, and then I could take this whole thing out because really don't need this part. That's just the motor part, and this is what we need to use to wire into the other one. These will get wired into relays, and I will show you how I do that. Okay, these wires here, we're going to hook into these relays, but these relays got to come out of these circuit boards, so I got to take them out. These wires are going to go to that too. And these relays are going to go to these 2, and I'll show you how I wire those in to the mech. But they have to come out, and I have to desolder them off of these. Okay, I already got one of the relays out, but this is how I'm doing it. So and then first you add a little bit of solder to it. And then you use this thing called the solder sucker, and you heat it up. Put that on there, and it pulls all the solder out. Just leaves the wire in the hole. So I do it to the other ones, the other 2. Add solder. Alright. Now all of them are, nope, this one has a little bit more solder on it. The whole relay should be able to pop out as soon as this comes off. Okay. Now they're all free. Just gotta pry it free now. I don't want to damage it, so you gotta do it really slow. Okay, there's 2. I got one side, and I gotta do the other side. Okay, and I just gotta heat this up a little bit more and get it to go. Feed at the same time. Almost. Okay. There it is, the other relay. And I did that to this one already, and I'll show you. Yeah, one hooked into the 2 motor relays. So, flick this on. You can't really see, it'll just make it click and sound. So when I hit this, it clicks on and off. but it clicks on in both directions, and you want this to click on in only one direction, so you have to put a diode there. And the same thing with this. It'll click on one relay and one diode and the other relay on the other side. And we're going to do that for the other one. But we're right into here. Okay, so as you can see here, I added 2 diodes to this. They both go in opposite directions. What it's doing is when the current goes in one direction for a motor, it activates one relay and not the other, and vice versa for the other one, because they're in opposite directions. And that's what I hooked into that, and they both hook into the one motor. Here you go. I'll demonstrate how it works now. Turn the power on, turn the controller on, and these are the lights. It's going to activate. Now I have a hook to this side here, so when I flick this, one light goes on, but not the other. When I flick it this way, the other light goes on and not the other. It's running off of this. This is just a testing. So what it's doing is completing the circuit. So it's giving battery power to here, and this is what it's going to do. And these are going to be your solenoids, and it's going to activate this solenoid and then this solenoid when you're hitting the button. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So you could actually use 4 lights, activate 4 lights with this, up and down for each one. Alright, this is finished receiver unit. All 4 relays are in here, and all the things that activate it. And then these are the wires that are going to trigger the solenoid for the Mech, each side, each wheel and everything. This will be the power wire, and then these 4 will go to the floor to trigger the legs. And you'll see it as it's installed. Okay, this is the receiver unit we just made with the relays that kicks on these solenoids. These are all the solenoids that I added to it just recently. I made the tray, made the solenoids, I installed all the solenoids for it. These 2 go to this motor, these 2 go to that motor, these 2 go to that motor. So what it's doing is it's activating these 2 and these 2, and they sometimes activate this motor here. But the tray also goes up, and there's a battery compartment underneath. The battery's underneath there. And that's the battery that operates it. But I just got done wiring everything into it. This is only temporary, so I only stuck it down with foam and tape to hold it down there. But we'll turn it on. Now everything works off of this little bitty controller. So I hit forward, and we'll go. Wire caught in here. I'm gonna watch this. Don't get you in. I see it's throwing static electricity and it's interfering with it. That's why it's jumping like that. Alright, well there it is. It's got to have something that, on this antenna, because it's throwing the solenoids are throwing out into there and interfering with that antenna wire. That's why the signal is jumpy. But I'll fine tune it and get it to work good. But pretty much it's all done now for now.